Matt Bear here, the founder of Q4 Launch, and excited to bring you a new innovation from our team here at Q4 Launch. As our customers, you've come to count on us to bring new innovations, new ideas, all wrapped around driving more traffic, leads, and bookings for your hotels, inns, and vacation rentals. We're excited to work with you today and a new opportunity to be able to do that. A few of you have already heard a little bit about this, but we're excited to bring you some more information about it today and give you some next steps you can take. So in the vein of trying to help you drive more revenue to your properties, we are launching Q4Flash for the first time this season, and it's something we think will be a big driver for you from a revenue perspective. So excited to share a little bit more about that with you today, and then you can get in touch with your customer success manager to learn a little bit more and begin the process of implementation for that. So let's dive in and learn a little bit about it real quickly together as we check out this new innovation from Q4 Launch called Q4Flash. All right, so first of all, why flash sales and gift certificate campaigns? Being in this business for about the last 11 years, we've seen a lot of customers run a lot of different campaigns, some successful and some not successful. But one of the things we know is that nothing drives bookings faster than a flash sale. When I'm doing a Google Analytics analysis or looking at something like that for a prospective customer, I can usually see in their analytics if they've done a flash sale at some point with a Groupon or a Living Social, because there's this spike in traffic in their Google Analytics that really nothing else can do, maybe short of sending some massive email campaign or something like that. So great opportunity to drive instant revenue in a season when you really need it. We also know that flash sales to your own database with intelligent restrictions can be incredibly effective. And we're going to talk about those two things, own database and intelligent restrictions, in a little bit more detail. They're also being used very effectively by top luxury brands. Some of the world's top luxury brands, best hotel brands, highest levels of luxury use flash sales very well in their overall marketing plan. And honestly, I think each of you listening to this video need to think about this. And several customers I've had conversations with at recent conferences have said, this needs to be a part of every spring and fall for you. It just needs to be a fixture of your spring and fall strategy. And we found a new way to do that and approach that I'm really excited about with you today. So as you're thinking about it, I would just say, okay, using this type of opportunity every spring and fall just becomes a part of our marketing plan, becomes a part of our strategy. But that pushback we get is, oh, I don't want to run a flash sale. I don't want to cheapen my product. I don't want to discount anything. When in reality, if the world's top luxury brands are doing this and they're studying consumer sentiment, they're studying brand impressions, they're studying all those things, and they're seeing it working for them, I think we need to lay down that misconception that running a flash sale actually does cheapen your brand. When in reality is your brand is built around the experience you provide. Just lowering the price for that experience in a shoulder season or off season doesn't cheapen that experience for the customer. It doesn't lessen your brand unless you deliver less of an experience as a result of that. We also know gift certificates can be used really well inside of a flash sale style campaign. So some different opportunities to take a look at that and think about how we should be doing that. One of the things we like about using gift certificates in a flash sale style format, it's not really the main crux of what we're looking at with a flash sale, but an opportunity within it, is that gift certificates have a 70% redemption rate, leaving a 30% breakage rate, or 30% that never gets redeemed. So if you sell a gift certificate, essentially 30 cents of every dollar you can think about going straight into your pocket. Now there's a lot of gift certificate regulations that are very different by state, and we're not going to get into those. You need to know those for your state, and you probably already do, but an opportunity to be able to sell gift certificates using a flash sale style format that can be very, very effective. And then the last piece, vouchers are a great way to drive sales in lieu of gift certificates. And I told this story on a recent webinar or boot camp that I taught, you might have seen, but my wife and I's favorite restaurant every Christmas season does a gift certificate promotion. And now in Charleston, think about it, January and February are our two slowest months of the year. So while they count on locals business, they also get a lot of tourism business, but that tourism business goes down a lot in January and February. And in that season, they sell this voucher. So you buy $100 worth of gift certificates, you get a $10 or a $20 voucher for, which essentially works like a gift certificate. It's a voucher towards a meal there, but because it's a voucher instead of a gift certificate, they put very different restrictions on it. So we buy the $100 in gift certificates because we know we're going to use those throughout the year, but we get the $20 voucher, which the $20 voucher is only good in January and February. And you can only use one $10 voucher per meal. So what they're doing is they're driving more people into their business in January, February, a slow season, by selling this gift certificate, giving the voucher away for free. So that 10 or 20% bonus we get for free motivates us to step in and make a purchase we probably otherwise wouldn't have made, a purchase we otherwise wouldn't have made, but then at the same time, they're getting more business. So instead of us thinking in January, February, where should we go, we're more likely to go to their restaurant than another restaurant because we have that voucher. And in the same way, somebody would be more likely to come to your destination, your hotel, your bed and breakfast, your inn, than somebody else's because they have that voucher, they have that special value to redeem. And what's an off season for you, like the tourism industry off season in January, February here in Charleston. So thinking about that a little differently. Doesn't cheapen the brand at all. We still love the restaurant. We still get a great experience. They're just driving demand for their product in a season where demand is a little bit lower for their product. So that's a little bit about it. But we also know that most flash sales fail. And it may not be fail like from a monetary perspective, but the customer's not happy with it at the end of the day. And the flash sales you might have run with Groupon or Living Social or Travel Zoo, those might have failed for you in the past. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to go into that again. We've studied that a lot and really lean into and understand why most of those flash sales fail, or why the customer might feel like they fail. One is that they're run by a third party who charges a lot of money. The slide says 20 to 30%, but we hear numbers as high as 40 and 50% to run these flash sales. They're also expensive to execute on due from a time and technology and resource constraint perspective. So we've sought to solve that problem as well. And they don't necessarily perform because of a weak or non-compelling offer. So that's something we need to make sure we think about. And then a lot of times people don't like the customer that's coming with that. So solve that by marketing this back into our existing customer base and get them to share it with friends of their friends and gift this experience as well. So controlling who has the availability of the offer, people coming to our website, people already in our database, already following us on social media. The control we have there is we're marketing to people we know we want to do business with. We know we want to stay at our properties. So that's a couple quick things on why most flash sales fail and a little bit about how we've work to solve those things. Let's dive into the next slide here and keep looking through this. We've launched Q4Flash and we're really excited about that. Set that up a little bit, kind of talked to it already, but a few reasons we think you need to be using Q4Flash really in both of your shoulder seasons, whatever that is at your business, but probably spring and fall leading into the off season. We want to help you sell more room nights that otherwise would go unused or unsold. We want to create cash flow in off-peak seasons. So even though we're selling them at a little bit of a different price, being able to sell them in an off-season where that cash flow is really important for your business. And then making sure we're selling it into those past guests so that we know the guest coming through the door is somebody that we really want, and then encouraging guests to gift that experience as well. And gift giving is obviously big around the holidays, but gift giving isn't isolated to the holidays either. So encouraging people to gift your experience is a big deal. And we think this can drive significant incremental revenue for your business that you're not seeing right now by looking at it as part of your spring and fall strategy and just making it a staple of your go-to approach. You may still run a Groupon or a Living Social, or this may replace it completely. You might have the opportunity, to do both, but it's a great opportunity to really lean in and drive incremental revenue for your business. So let's talk about that. We have designed Q4Flash to be a turnkey strategy. And what that means to us is that we understand how busy you are and you don't need something else to do. So we are going to do all of the work for you. Now, this is a lot of work. Let me stress that to you. To do this well is a lot of work. But at the same time, we have the resources as a team to be able to do this and do it again and again and again across our customer base and learn from each of those experiences to make it better and better. So a few things that you'll find in our turnkey strategy. One is a custom branded landing page with built-in urgency features. Really studying how these landing pages work. So we've actually built a plugin that goes into our future-proof platform to take that to the next level. So we're setting that up, we're installing that, we're configuring the e-commerce part of that. A lot of work from our dev team to design these pages to match the rest of your website. A lot goes into all of that. And then custom content written for your offer as well. We've got a great content team here at Q4 Launch, and using that resource, using the person who's already creating content for you to be able to create a really compelling offer that's written to convert, written to compel someone to make a booking rather than just some details of an offer, but really drive them to book. We're going to give you guidance on creating that compelling offer because I said one of the reasons these things fail is that people don't have a strong offer. So giving you guidance on that part of it as well. Giving you the marketing automation sequence that will run all of this. So this isn't just a set up a landing page and blast out an email and call it a day. There's a whole marketing automation sequence we have used and we have set up to run behind the scenes to your database that's significantly more than just one email campaign that might go out. Also, creating and boosting additional Facebook posts. And that boosted Facebook post is part of our turnkey budget that we're using. We're providing that budget to be able to drive these numbers for you. So a lot going into that as well. And last but not least, the merchant services piece of that. Actually providing the merchant services piece of that, because the booking engine you have probably doesn't really set up well to do this easily. And if you had to configure it on your booking engine, it would be a lot more work to do that. So us providing the merchant services integrated with our plugin just makes it an easier, more turnkey solution for you. Something we can take care of for you so you don't have to think about those elements, but we just take care of that for you. So trying to make it as easy as possible, trying to take all that work off of your plate, put it on our team's plate, knowing that we're going to invest a lot of time in launching this strategy for you. So that was something really important to us as we thought about this, bringing our expertise to the table, bringing our resources to the table, and making it so you didn't have to do extra work to launch this kind of strategy. So that turnkey strategy, I think, is going to be key to the success of Q4Flash going forward, and you adopting it and using it in spring and fall in your business. So let's touch base on a few FAQs we've had. We've been beta testing this over the winter with several of our customers and been having great success so far, but wanted to touch base on a few FAQs here. So what makes a good offer? There's a lot that goes into that, but compelling and strong is the first priority. One of the things that we know we can do is use things that don't cost us as much, but include them to create perceived value. And your customer success manager will work with you to create that compelling offer and make sure it's strong enough that it's going to get attention. The few times we've seen in our beta test that the offers was not very strong is the time that sales really lagged from this. So a strong offer is going to be what drives those sales for us. What is a voucher? I spoke to that a little bit earlier on, but wanted to speak to that again here. Voucher is really something that expires, that has a limited window. So we're selling a voucher to come stay at your property between these dates and these dates. And at the end of that voucher period or that promotional period, multiple things can happen. In the restaurant example I gave you a few minutes ago, that voucher expires, becomes worthless. Our recommendation to drive sales of this is that the voucher doesn't expire or become worthless, but the amount paid for it converts into a gift certificate value. So the promotional value, if you will, expires, but the amount paid, because this is a lot more than a $10 voucher we're talking about, the amount paid converts to a gift certificate that would then be subject to the gift certificate rules in your state and managing that the same way you manage gift certificates now. So that's called would be up to you, but we think if you do that step, you're gonna see significantly higher results than if you go with a true expiration of offer. What happens after the promotional period? Just address that there as well. Converting that into a gift certificate is our recommendation, but that would be your decision. How much does it cost? This is going to be a pay-for-performance style model. So we know that there's a lot of work that wants to be in this, and originally we modeled it with a setup fee plus a percentage fee, and got feedback from our customers that, really I'd rather just have a straight percentage fee, even if the percentage is higher. So we've made that change, and your customer success manager will give you more information on the pricing of this. We're still in some promotional pricing around this as part of our beta test. So they'll give you some more information on that as far as how much does this cost. But again, pay for performance, meaning we'll charge a percentage of the revenue generated and not have high upfront setup fees or anything like that. We don't want anything to stand in the way of you using this tool to drive incremental revenue. And it's more than just a tool, it's really a service with a lot of work that goes into it. How do I get paid? We will actually process all of those charges through our merchant services account, and then we will issue a payment out to you about a week after the sale closes. So we'll do all the accounting for that, provide you all that reporting, and send that payment out to you about a week after the actual thing closes. So you're getting that payment immediately. You're not waiting until check-in or something like that to get that payment. You're getting that payment very quickly after the sale actually closes. What if someone calls to book? Great question. That's something you can decide what to do with, but our encouragement, our hope is that you would push them back to the website to actually make that purchase, to help us get credit and make some money on this at the end of the day for all the effort that we're going to put in to be able to do this for you. Push them back to the site. That would be our ask. Of course, you could take the purchase over the phone and do that off our platform, and if you do, then there would be no fees for that, but just as honoring the relationship, we would ask that you push them back to the site and make it only available for purchase through the site to help account for it effectively and track all the work we're putting in to drive this for you. How is this different than my current marketing package that you guys do for us? Got that question a few times, and honestly, it's way more work one time. Like, it's way more work to build this for you, launch this for you, manage this for you than we can provide inside of your current marketing package. So as a part of that, we have to charge extra for it, but we think it will drive significantly greater results. There's so much that goes into this from a development perspective, a design perspective, a content perspective, an email perspective, marketing automation that runs, and then the accounting of all that, the merchant services. A lot going on in this to make it work for you. So we've got to charge extra for it, but we do think the value will be created for you, and what we will charge will pair in comparison to the value created for you. And then, am I a good fit for Q4Flash? Honestly, if you are not a 12-month, 100% occupancy destination, which none of you are, none of us are. I mean, Charleston's one of the highest occupancy rates around, and it's not even. You're a good fit for Q4 launch. You're an extra good fit for Q4 launch if you have other business units, restaurant, spa, gift shop, other things you can put into a package to increase the perceived value that don't cost you that much to deliver. So that's a few things to think about if you're a good fit, but honestly, I know our customer base, I know each of you very well, and you are a good fit for this. We just have to figure out how to make it uniquely you and make it a good fit for you. So that's a few of the FAQs. Your customer success manager is happy to answer any additional questions we may not have addressed there for you as part of that. And then the last piece, are you interested in launching Q4Flash? Honestly, I think you need to be using Q4Flash, and now is the best time to be doing that. Now is the best time to launch Q4Flash. So knowing spring and fall are our best seasons to be running this, we need to be executing on this now. We had conversations with many of our customers in that first quarter strategy around this. Maybe you've taken action on that, maybe you haven't, but now would be the time. So email your customer success manager, expect to hear from them as well on this. This is a great opportunity to drive incremental revenue in shoulder and off seasons where you need those extra bookings. And open your mind up and be willing to have a little bit more of an aggressive approach to that offer, and you'll see even greater success. We look forward to continuing to partner with you to drive innovation, drive success. Look forward to seeing many of you at conferences coming up in the next few months and connecting on this. Happy to answer any questions that you have and connect with your customer success manager to get those answers as well. Thanks everybody. Thanks for the trust you put in us to help you grow your revenue. And we hope this new tool, Q4Flash, will be an important part of your success in 2020.